Welcome back to Shift Your Shit. I am Marielle, and as always, so grateful for you being here, first and foremost, for you. Today, we're gonna get right into it. As you know, I don't love fluff, and I like to get you activated, clean, clear, in mind, body, soul, spirit. So today, we are killing your fear and shifting your shit in deeper ways. And let's just go ahead and take first a clearing deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. And this next time I want you to imagine as you inhale, this light, bright light around you as you inhale. And as you exhale, it expanding through you, from you, outwardly, into the room, space, or place you're in, this white light. And just for a moment, noticing the breath and appreciation, taking that pause. And asking the question deeply, what am I fearing right now? What am I fearing right now? And for a moment, you can even see the worst case scenario of where that fear is taking you. Just tap into it for even just 3 seconds. But the thing is, you're watching that screen because you're the controller here. It's not happening to you. You're seeing it outside of you. Like when we go to a movie, we know it's not actually happening, and can it affect our emotions? Sure. We can cry when there's a scene that's sad or so touching, but we know it's not actually us. So right now we're seeing that film, and we're going to shift it to what is the best case scenario of that fear dissolving, and seeing that in your mind's eye now. And with this, we're at the movie theater, but we're actually going to go and be the main character of that movie reel now. Because your mind has no idea what is real versus what's imagined. And the mind is magic. Magic Nation is in the word imagination. And so right now you're going to tap into that. What if it all works out even better than I can imagine? So with that, your scene is already going to change to even better. Right now, you just beautifully came up with a scene that felt really good and best case scenario. But now we play so small in our minds, let's even up the ante and create a reel, a scene that's even better than we've been thinking is the best case. So dance with this for a moment in the mind, seeing yourself in it, like jumping into the movie screen at the right exact moment that this deep desire is occurring for you beyond mind. And within this scene, come back to that breath of inhale and seeing that white light expand around you. And then can you see this movie screen even more vividly? Zooming into something in this scene even more closely. Like a kid examining something on the playground, a little ant on the ground, or a pebble of sand. And then zooming back out into this even better than I can imagine moment. And now just look over your shoulder at that other scene of worst case, like super tiny. It's like a pebble on the ground, and you're on top of the mountain now. It doesn't have to be that way in the mind. I can entertain this new scene more than the other scene, and the other scene may come up. It's just showing us what's possible to shift in a moment in time. That's all it is. When we're overthinking, overanalyzing, perseverating, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just a moment, an opportunity to become present, and then feed the mind what you want to feed it. It's, again, a continual dance. Just imagine a little turtle coming out of its shell and walking past, being outside, going into a home, and all you do is you just gently place it back outside. You'll be happy you're there. You could go into the home, but I don't think you'd be as happy there. We're not judging the turtle. We're just giving it a little nudge to go back outside. We're not getting angry at the turtle. It just gets curious. And so right now, with a thought that continues to loop for you or come up often of fear, all we do is think about that turtle, we replace it back outside, and we come back to a scene that we want to experience. And I thank it every time that it shows up so I get to continue to come to my presence. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And if your eyes are closed, you can stay with your eyes closed, but this next segment, we're gonna go into a activation of more of just listening and just seeing what's showing up as a remembrance to you through this word perfectionism that can be very sneaky in our lives and wear many different masks. And so I'm gonna give you an example of maybe a new way of thinking of perfectionism. So if you want to come back to your place in space or keep your eyes closed, it's up to you. This idea of perfectionism, I think sometimes we have a lens of how it looks or how it feels. But today, the root of perfectionism, a way of thinking, how did it occur for us to want to be perfect or have it look a certain way and fear not doing things or being you because of fear of judgment or how it's going to feel? Because we are always either going to pleasure or pain. And of course we want to avoid the pain. So when we think about the pleasure, if we were always staying in the pleasure, that may not be good for us either. Really, neutrality is where we want to be, where everything is just what it is. So even right now, think about everything is just what it is. Meaning you. You are just you. You don't have to wear a certain thing to be you. And you don't have to subtract a certain thing that you do to be you. So if you, just for a moment, can tap into feeling neutral about yourself, what would that feel like? So many of us, when we're told to love yourself, seems like a very tall order. But we also know that not feeling good about ourselves isn't helpful either. So let's get neutral. Because a fire flame, like a candle flame or a match, cannot withstand a current of the ocean. You don't have to be the powerful ocean today, and you don't have to be the flame. But when they come together, that can't exist. So what do I mean by this? That if we get more neutral, anxiety doesn't actually exist. And anxiety is actually when you believe that there's not anything else beyond you that can control or change your situation. But if you know that there are things bigger than you that are also helping you along the way, beyond your logical mind, anxiety doesn't have to be there. So anytime that you're feeling anxious, tap into, I'm believing that I'm alone in this, when you're not. Because the word alone has all one in it. So the next time you're feeling anxious, it's not about getting upset with yourself, it's just saying, oh, I'm thinking I'm alone on an island and I'm needing to figure out how to build a house on my own right now. And that's not the case. So, back to this perfectionism piece. I want you to think about perfectionism is just, at one point, you learning that love is conditional. I want you to really hear that today. Perfectionism is a mask of a deeper conditioned programming in your mind that's telling you love is conditional, that I have to do something or not do something in order to be loved. Without this understanding, perfectionism would not have a hold or grip on anyone. Because what you're really trying to do is prove yourself to things outside of you or to yourself. But again, come back to that neutrality. If I'm just me, not having to prove, anything, to anyone, and even to myself. That's the match to the water. That's that deep exhalation. Let's do it together. Inhale. And then take the biggest exhale you have in a while. That's the coming home. That's the becoming you. And really unbecoming all the things that you are not. We can do things to feel good, but we are not doing the things so that we are feeling more us. It's not how it works. You are not lack, you are abundance. And then you can do things and remind you of things to remind you of your abundance, but it's nothing outside of you are giving power to your own abundance. And so I'm going to go into an activation right now. If you want to close the eyes or keep them open is up to you. And I want you to really hear these words right now, so deeply. I'm going to repeat them over and over again, and it might bring up something in you, and that's okay. Just sit with it, notice it, and sink into it. I know you can walk away from it or shut me off at any point. Let's first take a deep breath in, deep breath out. You are loved more than you can consciously comprehend. You are loved more than you can consciously comprehend. You are loved more than you can consciously comprehend. Really hear this. You are loved more than you can consciously comprehend. You are loved more than you can consciously comprehend. You are loved more than you can consciously comprehend. You are loved more than you can consciously comprehend. Close your eyes and just hear those words so deeply in mind, body, soul, spirit. And however it's landing right now, resistance or complete going through you, it's all perfect. Because the only thing that perfectionism can touch is your presence. Right now, you being present with this is your perfection. The rest is just a masked facade, conditioned programming of what it takes to be your perfect self, because you already are. You already be. A baby being born is not questioning how it needs to be perfect. It knows it already is. I invite you today, right now, as if you were just born, a newborn baby, taking in the world your own way, exploring, staying curious, finding joy. And the next time a thought comes in that maybe doesn't feel so useful, I'm going to leave you with this week. The words, I wonder. That's the openness. I wonder when this started, these thoughts. I wonder what would happen if I changed this thought. I wonder what would happen if this thought wasn't here anymore. I wonder what would happen if this thought got louder. All-encompassing. But notice with the words, I wonder, it feels maybe lighter, softer, less of a threat, and more of an expansion. Because as a reminder, you don't just manifest things outside of you, or things don't just change outside of you until you change within, so without. In order for more air to come through, you've got to take a bigger breath, a longer breath. In order for you to expand, you've got to do things differently. You get to do things differently. So if you knew that you were perfect, if you knew that you were loved beyond your comprehension, What's one action you take today? Because we can do all this mind work, but there comes a time where we take a leap, an action step. And I want you to see what comes to mind. If I'm going to do this thing this week, today maybe even, I don't have to be the ocean wave. I don't have to be the match. I can be the neutrality, the calm creator of my reality. Let me repeat that a few times. I am the calm creator of my reality. And with that, what do we do? I wonder what I will do with that power. Maybe seeing in your mind something you're going to do. Feed your mind, feed your life. And then just come back to the breath. Again, because your presence is your perfection. Maybe even say, my presence is my perfection, even now. Each breath is an opportunity to come here, to get clear, be here. One more deep breath in, deep breath out. And if you had the time and space to stay in this activation, stay. And if not, feel free to make your way out in your place and space. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. And imagining that you're in a new body, in a new mind. That everything is working out for you perfectly. Just keep being you in your flow as the calm creator of your reality. There is so much love here for you. So grateful for you being here. You are full of great. When we say we're grateful, that's what it means. And so it is, and so it is. And I will see you next time. Feel free to reach out. If you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear how this landed for you today. Share with family and friends that you think would find useful. And always feel free to email me at mindfulnesswithmarielle@gmail.com if you'd like more information on how you can shift your shit in deeper ways in mind body so you get back home to your vessel. You got this.